Ain't no place like low place, and I'm live. Let me check my audio and get right back with you. Okay, I don't plan on being here long, but you see the title, the tale of Gervonta Tank Davis and Alberto Machado concludes last night. Machado, who people viewed as the real WBA champion, and Tank as the rewarded WBA champion. That's fair. Alberto took the title from the guy who was actually the titleist. The WBA gave us no explanation on this, but the ring gave us the only explanation we needed last night. I'm gonna tie this in many different ways, because it is a tale of these two, man. It's interesting. I gave a silver lining to Tank on his weight issues yesterday. All right, and I was criticized for it by a few, and hey, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But I looked at Tank's weight and I said, look at the trainer he's with. Every time he's been with him, every time that he's missed weight, he's been with this trainer. And this trainer, this is his first time ever having a world champion. This guy is a former, is not to put him down or anything, but this guy is a felon, a guy that was a convict, um, a prison inmate released and turned boxing trainer. So he has a lot to learn still, just like young Tank got a lot to learn about preparation for a fight. It gets different as a pro. You got 8 weeks, 12 weeks, and things go wrong in those weeks. You got to be able to adjust. What they claim went wrong for the weigh-in this time is that the scale that they used, their own personal scale, was off by 2 ounces. And when they got that fixed, it was no problem to make the weight. Do I believe that, or do I look at that and say, okay, this is a black man and he has a lot of pride and he's not trying to tell people, yeah, I don't know it. I personally don't like to tell people to teach me something. You know what I mean? I've just been that person. I remember my mom was teaching me math or something. I think she was teaching me math when I was a kid. I never forget this. I don't remember what subject it was, but I was struggling with it, right? And she knew I knew it, and she was just getting mad at me, like, this shit. And me seeing her take all that time to want me to learn this, I remember just sitting there crying while she was teaching it. She got up and I got it right. And I remember just crying when she left. I was like, damn, she really cared for me to learn it. But still today, I don't like to ask somebody, hey, teach me. I'm a grown man. I got some pride, and I don't want to be like, yo, teach me this. I don't know. I'm not trying to front and be like, yeah, I know it all. But at the same time, I don't want to come to you and say, teach me this. And maybe that's who this Calvin guy is. When Ellie sat back, asked him about it, he gave a quick explanation and he shot off, real quick, real quick. And that's how I read that. Like, damn, I think that's one of my traits. He don't want you to sit around lecturing him, and he don't want to, your spot can be taken if somebody know more than you, right? You don't show a weakness, but maybe it's a weakness to not want to learn too. Who knows? But the reason I'm speaking about his weight is because it happens with him, and then Alberto Machado gets in the ring, and it ain't as highly publicized as Tank's weight. But I believe Alberto Machado is just too big to make 130. I'm not making excuses for him. I think Alberto Machado is a fascinating fight. I think him versus a healthy Tank Davis and him healthy as well is a 50-50 fight, and just fascinating. Now, even when he won his title, he was a bit chinny, but at the same time, he got up, he showed a lot of heart. He got the knockout. The reason I'm talking about the weight is because it was unforeseen, right? Well, not unforeseen, but in the sense that nobody was at least speaking about it, because it wasn't publicized like the Black American fighter, the guy that speaks English, the guy that's on Fight Hype, the guy that's talked about with Lomachenko, but not the most proven. The guy that's next to Floyd Mayweather, but not the most proven. Whereas Machado's next to a Cotto, all right, a Freddie Roach, and he's still having these issues where Freddie Roach has many champions. Machado's still having in-camp issues, I believe, and they're not publicized. I always see a silver lining for Tank because this dude life is exposed to us, and he's too young for it. Like it hasn't had enough accomplishments for it. Man never even went to the Olympics. This is his first time getting press in the sport of boxing on a world level. Shakur Stevenson is in a better position. He's been to the Olympics, cameras in his face. He was the boy of the country. He's younger and he's probably gonna handle it better. And he also isn't right next to Floyd Mayweather any and every time. And that's tough to do. I'm not saying it's Mayweather's fault. He is who he is, but that's some fucking deep shoes to fill, bro. Shakur got to fill Bob Arum shoes. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing that naturally. Like Bob Arum finna. I'm not being funny, but you know he's old. He could go any day. Them easy shoes to fill if you're a young man. But nobody's seen the upset coming. But in the ring, I could just tell from the first time he would, when he wasn't taking the punishment good, he wasn't firing back. It was, I'm like, yo, this dude, he look weak. Then he stands up post fight, and I just seen like his chest dipping in his stomach and shit. Like his chest just looked like he had a little bone knot and dipping in his stomach. I'm like, even rehydration couldn't save this dude, man. And maybe it could have. Maybe they just didn't do it right, but it's like Freddie Roach. People say he didn't do his job as a trainer in the ring. I feel like he didn't do his job and just say, we can't make this weight no more, bro. We just can't do it. This title can't be on the line. We can't depend on this title. We can't depend on fights. I wouldn't be surprised if Alberto Machado come back at 140, if not 147 pounds, bro. Forget a whole 135. I'm talking about just 2 jumps. He's 5'11", trying to make 135. The man is Jared Hurd at 135 pounds. He's literally the same dimensions fighting at the weight. And Tank's publicized coming there first round knockout. Maybe the opponent's harder, tougher task, but no, both of them was complete underdogs. Both opponents were underdogs beyond anything of imagination to think they would win this fight. Shit. Machado went in there, body shots. He couldn't take them. Head shots. He was turning away from him. He was using the same guard over and over again, putting his hand in, taking his right hand, putting it in front of the left side of his face, trying to turn a shoulder. Just, well, other way around because he's Orthodox. He had some on the punch early, but it looked like, okay, I got to get him out of here early. He threw him hard early, but as soon as he got hit, it wasn't no more throwing him. I know how it feels to get to a weight where you're just not comfortable. If you ever box, shadow box, or worked out in general, you ever did cardio in general, it's a point 2 weeks in. Let's say you're training hard and you've got in shape. Sometimes it takes me 3 days to feel like I've gotten in shape. And I could do what I couldn't do the first day, 3-4 days. All right. And I just feel strong. I haven't lost any weight yet. I probably lost a few pounds. But then when my weight changes from, 10, 15, 20 pounds, later in my progression of these workouts, if I'm doing the same, if I'm actually training for something, my body starts to tell me, all right, different nutrition, please. Hurry up. You're weaker. You know what I'm saying? You can do everything. Your stamina might pull back a little bit. How you feel in your workouts and then imagine having to go into a fight that way. I'm talking about all stage 4. This is stage 4 draining that he went into this fight in. I believe, honestly. I believe the feelings of this man, the body feeling was bad for weeks in camp. And then you go into a fight and you take even more punishment than you're taking in camp. Freddie Roach should have pulled him. That's my honest opinion. Unless I'm wrong, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it, but we can look at the pictures here. You can tell that he's big for the weight. I want y'all to see the face off. I wish they had. Look at him. Look at this dude. He gets the knockdown in the first. Anytime, look at him. He don't even look confident here. He don't even look confident here. Gets the knockdown. He's huge back there, and this is it. This is it. Body shots on a guy who's not making weight, a guy that's already weak. I can't explain the feeling. It feels like you're walking around with the flu. It feel like you are a 1980s AIDS victim that won't die. You won't die, but you're going to feel this shit. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel dizziness. Your level of alertness is dropped. Everything changes. Okay, they didn't have many pictures, but they also didn't have many rounds. And then look at Tank, the guy, he just goes one round, but he's filled out a lot better. To me, he's shorter than Machado, more alert in this picture here. I mean, in the ring tells much better than the pictures. And Tank is one heavy-handed sucker boy. Look at this man's nose, bro. Blood everywhere. It was all on the canvas here. He gets up, blood all on his stomach. Tank is heavy-handed, man. He may be pound for pound one of the heaviest hands in the sport, bro. He may be some of the heaviest hands in the sport. And they said they want him talked about like Mike Tyson, might be a little bit different, but at the end of the day, you could say that's a 122 pounder, but as I always say, bones are bones, man. Structures are structures, okay? When he continues to break faces and bust people up, shit's crazy. That shit is crazy. But yeah, it wasn't gonna be here long. I hope Machado the best to keep training. I would like to keep seeing him under Freddie Roach because his offense is legit and his defense isn't horrible either. I think, the way his body was feeling and it affects your mental too. It's something hard. It's a gate you got to push past and it's tough to do. Not every man's going to do it. A lot of people. I remember Floyd Mayweather gave a crowd a little seminar and they got the, question answer little thing. And they was like, what was your toughest fight? And he was like, I can't tell you that, but what I can tell you is my stamina was letting me down early. Like, he was like, hold on, how did I overtrain? And he said, I just didn't feel good, basically. And he said he had to pace it throughout the whole fight, which mean it made the fight tough as hell. He had pushed himself to a brink that, he shouldn't have been at, that he thought he was good enough to push past. And the fighter has a confidence, just like we was talking about with Tank's trainer. You have a confidence and you have, that you don't want to be broken. You don't want to go out here exposing yourself on this, and that. You want to, you want to be confident and say, yeah, I could do whatever as a fighter. But Machado can't make 130 pounds no more. I would be shocked and amazed if I see this dude ever fight at 100. If he pulls a Diego Corrales and he stays at the weight where people saying, oh, he's having trouble at for year after year after year, something amazing happened, right? How can he do this? He stay on weight where he's at, you're gonna have to work out. You're gonna have to limit the food he's eating in the off season. It's too fucking hard, bro. It's too hard. It's smarter just to move on up and just to feel good at that weight. You know what I mean? You're gonna start camp feeling good. You're gonna start camp feeling good, and you're gonna end it feeling good. You're not gonna start it feeling good, and then you 17 pounds later, 27 pounds later. Every time you punch, you feel like you're gonna fall over. You're gonna tilt over because your leg's weak. Your lungs you ain't doing what they need to do no more. It's just a horrible feeling that can't be explained, bro. It's like a empty shit in your stomach. All right. Now, it's tough, bro. Like, I love when I first start working out. I feel so much better. Now, I may not be as sharp, but if I had just been in the gym or something, just touching, and every time I walk past a mirror, looking at myself, feeling the things I'm doing, and then every now and then I just speed it up one time, and then I walk on past. That might be enough to keep you sharp enough just to do some heavy bag shit, some double end bag shit, some shadow boxing shit. And when you get into that workout and you start at that full weight where you at, let's say I start at 210. Let's say I start at 210. I've been all the way down to like 159. I felt fucking disgusting. I felt disgusting. Anytime from 210 to 180, great. I don't know why I kept pushing it so much. It may not have been 159 exactly, but it was lower than the 80s. I had pushed to a point that I shouldn't have pushed past. And that boxing shit, it wasn't fun to do no more. I didn't care about the new techniques. I had incorporated in my boxing. I ain't give a shit. I didn't care no more. All I cared about was, I hate my body. I looked good in the mirror. You know what I mean? I looked cut. I look good, no fat, everything was right. You know what I'm saying? Like muscles in places, just it really wasn't muscle. It was just like all you got there is that right there. That's all you got. No fat. There you go. That's what you had. A skeleton, a ripped skeleton in a way. It didn't look sick. I could have went even worse. I could have went even worse because I didn't look like some of these fighters look on the scale. No muscle tone at all, just skin over bones. No, I could have went even worse. And I didn't even see Machado on the scale, but I bet you it's a sight to behold. The further I got, the less and less I cared about anything. Can you imagine now having to go get hit in the ribs, go get hit in the stomach? Nah, bro. Need to move up 140. I wouldn't be surprised if it was even 147. Be honest with you. They take 3 or 4 easy fights. I'm thinking 140, though, man. 10 pounds can make a difference if you get things right in the offseason. Not even a veteran coach like Freddie Roach could get this shit under control, as far as I'm concerned. That's my opinion. You know, their story concludes, bro. Sad, but it happens, bro. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta stop the nose. Time to turn on the humidifier. I don't play this shit. I just realized it when I got on this microphone. Dude, that ain't how I get. That ain't how I get out. I'm finna go blow some shit. Turn on the humidifier. Peppermint oil in it, and we bucking. All right, but yeah, subscribe to the channel if you already hadn't. Hit the thumbs up if you already hadn't. Also hit the bell icon to get notifications the next time that I go live and all the other times that I go live too, hopefully. That was a good yawn. Go eat me chicken salad for lunch and then chill on the rest of the day. I don't know, get hungry, eat no telling what. But yeah, might go live later on today. We'll have to see. Might jump on somebody else's live, not sure. But ain't no place like low place, and I'm out.